Hello, friends. Happy Friday. Welcome. My name is Gabby Eckert, and I am a personal stylist and owner of the Brave and Beautiful Boutique. My mission is to help women feel more beautiful and confident so they can achieve their goals and show up powerfully in the world. Today, we're going to be talking about all things concerning video, showing up live, doing a Zoom call, just pretty much looking good on camera and having that confidence on camera. So who is this for? This is for the stay-at-home mom who's creating home videos of her family or FaceTiming friends and family, the teacher who's being forced to possibly teach virtually, for the person who is now having to work from home behind a screen and going on Zoom calls and meeting virtually, things they never thought they would be doing. Or this is for the entrepreneur who is creating video content such as lives and videos and YouTube and going on Zoom calls and networking online. I'm going to share some really practical tips that have helped me, and they're going to be tips that you can implement right away. The reality is that this year specifically, all of us have been on camera, on video more than ever before. And I have been doing this since 2017. And I would like to offer a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. At the end, we're going to go ahead and have a Q&A session as well, so you can ask your specific questions. All right, so first things first, are you ready? My first tip for you is to find good lighting. Find good lighting. Lighting is absolutely key for the look and feel of your video, okay? Now, the best light comes from the sun. All right. Especially when you are in front of a mirror and you have some shade over top directly above your head. The lighting tends to just be absolutely gorgeous on your face. And I'm going to go ahead and show a video right now about how to find beautiful light in your home or office. So I'm going to go ahead and play this little clip for you.
Hi friends, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to find great light. So right now I have my iPhone, I've put it on selfie mode, and now I'm taking a video, and I'm standing under this bright light. You can see it's really harsh on my skin. It's pointing down on me pretty hard. It's casting some shadows. Not the best light, but I want to show you the transition if I would go in front of a window. Take a look at the light. This is much better light. Excuse my doggy from playing in the background. This is much better light. It's diffused nicely on my face, and this is ideally where I want to set up to do my videos and to do my Zoom calls. The light is shining and diffusing over my face very nicely, and I think it looks wonderful. You can do the same concept when you're looking to take a photograph. Just walk around with your cell phone on selfie mode until you feel the light on your face, and check it in the screen to make sure it's diffusing evenly on your face.
All right, guys, so you could see in that clip how different the light looks on your face and how it looks on camera. So you definitely want to find that good light. But you may be asking, what if I don't have beautiful windows that are streaming in on me, this wonderful light that you're talking about? Well, right now, as I'm doing this video, it's 8 p.m. EST here in New Jersey, and it's dark. So what I use is something similar to this. It's called a ring light, okay? It's fantastic. It stands up on its own, and it's great for places that, again, do not have that natural light streaming in. And it's also great for people that are doing events in the evening or calls in the evening. So mine is a little bit bigger because I do a lot of live where I'm standing up, but you can adjust the pole here. But there are also tiny ones that you can add right to your phone or clip right onto your computer that is also doing the same concept. Hi, Mom. Hi, Olivia. How are you, my friends? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday night. Okay. So after you find that beautiful lighting, you want to go ahead and make sure that your background doesn't steal the show. Okay, so ideally you want to have a very organized, clean, simple background. Mine isn't the most organized, clean. I'm in my boutique, so I mean it's organized, but you do see my inventory in the background. I guess I could be even more simple. I would say the more that you're going to speak, the more that you want them to have attention on what you're saying and on your face, I would leave the background as least amount behind you as possible so that it's not distracting. But what I see this a lot, especially in networking events, especially when people are working from home. They have like their children running in the background or their spouse walking through the room, or they're in their kitchen and the pot is overflowing in the background. I'm talking about those kinds of backgrounds. Those kinds of backgrounds are extremely distracting, and it's very hard for the person to focus on what you are saying. If you're in a pinch and you don't have a very organized, clean background that you feel comfortable with, Zoom actually has backgrounds that you can use in a pinch right there for you, so you don't have to worry about people seeing your background. All right, this one is important. Where is your camera pointing? It's all about the angle, my friends. Okay, so you want to position your camera either slightly above eye level or eye level. Okay, you don't want underneath because you're going to see all your chins and your neck, and sometimes it's not the most flattering look. You don't want it above you that you're looking up at it, trying to take a very high selfie or something crazy. You want to have the camera slightly above eye level or eye level. You want to make it as if you are sitting across from somebody at a coffee shop and you're sharing stories and talking and connecting. Okay, when you are looking your nose down at somebody, that's usually frowned upon, and it gives off a bad vibe. Same if you're looking up at someone, it's very awkward angle. So if you must, go ahead and prop up your computer or phone. You could use a tripod for this, or for me, I use a big stack of books, and I've lifted my camera so that it is at the angle that I prefer. Now, keep this in mind. You want to keep it steady. Have you guys ever been on a call with somebody who they're just moving around? They're shaking, their hands shake. Sometimes my hand will shake. And if you kind of almost have that seasickness, we don't want this when we're creating content as entrepreneurs. We want good quality content. We don't want to make our friends, our viewers that are watching us on video seasick. So I actually have one of these tripods that's very similar to this, and I absolutely love it. I love that you can adjust the height. So again, you can get that height exactly where you want it to be. But I also love that it keeps it very steady and sturdy, especially when you are working with your phone. Okay, you do not want a ton of noise in the background. We don't want people singing, dogs barking, people screaming your name, and you want to make sure you have good connection. Make sure that your Wi-Fi is working correctly, that you're in a good place where you will have great connection. This has happened to me, unfortunately, where I lost connection right in a networking event. And it was such a bummer because I really wanted to get to know these people so much better, but I had to bow out because my connection just was not good that day. So eliminate the noise and make sure you have good connection on your videos. Okay, one practical tip that I'm going to share with you is to use filters. There's plenty of filters right on Instagram that you can download for free. I sometimes will record my videos on Instagram into like Instagram story type segments, and then I will use like a video shop to merge the whole story together and create a video. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I really like some of the filters that are on there. I think it's fun and I really enjoy creating that. But if you're on a Zoom call specifically, I have a tip for you that is going to help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a video really quickly to show you how to access this.
So I want to share an amazing tip with you about looking good on Zoom, because if you're anything like me, you've been Zooming like crazy lately. So here is your tip. Here is your tip. So you see this, I have Zoom as if I'm getting ready to start a new meeting or join meeting. I want to go ahead and go to the settings. Sorry, that's right here. And I want to go ahead to video. And then where it says video, I want to go down to where it says touch up appearance. Do you guys see that? Check out what it does to the picture. So much better, and it kind of gives it this airbrushed feel, almost just as good as an Instagram filter. Not as good, but it works and it helps.
All right, I really love that tip because it really does give an airbrushed feel and kind of like just edits up the screen just a bit. So now we're going to talk about my favorite part, and that's the styling, what to wear. I have gotten quite a bit of questions about this specific topic, so I'm going to go ahead and dive right into the clothing aspect and the styling aspect. Okay, first things first. Confidence is key. Confidence is key. It doesn't matter what you have on your body. If you don't feel good in it and you don't feel confident in it, you're not going to have the energy that you want or the energy that you need when you're creating video, when you're on video, when you're networking and on Zoom. You're not going to be attracting your ideal client if you're an entrepreneur, and you're not going to be engaging to those that are listening to you. Okay, and another thing, you're not always present with the person that you're speaking with when you're worried about how you look. Okay, I think we've all kind of been there before where we weren't really happy about the way we looked, and then kind of instead of being in the moment and present, we're kind of worrying about our appearance and what the other person thinks of us, and it's just a big mess from there. So whatever you put on your body, even if it goes against these tips I'm about to share, that's okay. As long as you are confident and you feel 100. You need to feel like $1,000,000 because it gives off this energy and air about you that is contagious, and that's going to shine through on camera. Okay, so number one, you have to feel good and you have to feel confident in anything that you wear. If you don't feel good or you don't feel confident, give it a toss. Okay. So I want to go ahead and share with you a tip that's very, very important that I do all the time personally. So when I pick out, let's say, the perfect shirt, because right now, a lot of what the videos we're doing, it's from our waist up, right? So our shirt is very important. It's probably the only thing that they're going to see that we're wearing. Right? So we want to make this decision wisely. Again, we want to feel good and we want to feel confident in it. But one of the things that I will do always is I will check myself using the selfie feature on my iPhone or the feature on Zoom where I go to make a new meeting. I can actually open up my camera so that I can see exactly what I will look like before getting on camera. This is huge. If you don't take anything away from this portion, take this one away. Because there are times, even as a stylist, when I'm like, oh, I love this so much. And then it does not translate well on camera. Whether it's the pattern, whether it's the color. Some pieces also look better when there's bodies there's a body in it and there's movement going. So it looks really great in the mirror and in real life. But when I get in front of the camera, it's like, wow, this is not the way I thought it would look. So always check your top, check your outfit before you go out and create your content or go to your meeting, and make sure that you love it. Also, concerning your top, you want to make sure that you really love the neckline of your top, the sleeves. You don't want to be on video and you don't want to be shifting and trying to pull up your neckline and trying to, mess with your sleeves while you're trying to talk to someone. That's a no-no. So make sure that you feel good and confident in the neckline and the sleeves that you've chosen. Make sure that the fabric is a fabric that you love and feel comfortable in. You don't want to be scratchy or uncomfortable while you're on camera. And another rule of thumb is to not wear overly flowy or baggy tops on camera, because that can make you appear larger than you really are. Because again, we're only seeing from your waist up. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, you also want to avoid very busy prints. Okay. So sometimes these very busy prints can be distracting and can take away from your message. It can take away from your beautiful face. And then also in a practical sense, sometimes some of these patterns can do funny things to the camera itself and to the lighting. Specifically, pinstripes, especially high contrasted colors in a thin pinstripe pattern like black and white, can sometimes make an appearance like it's moving, and that's very distracting when you are watching a video or you're on a call. Another one is very fine micro polka dot or polka dots that are a lot and tiny. Houndstooth is another one that tends to give a weird vibe on the camera. But again, always test it out. If you really, really love a striped shirt that's pinstripe, give it a test and see. Do I recommend it? No. But if you love it and feel good in it, give it a test and see if that is what you want to wear on your video or on your call. Okay, next up, I want to talk about the perfect color. Oh, color is important. Color does so much. Color sends so many messages. So again, as always, wear a color that you love and a color that you feel confident in. No matter what the color theory you follow, because we can do a ton of videos on color theory. But no matter what theory you hold or what you think your colors are best for you, and there are colors that are best for you, your skin tone, you need to make sure you feel good and confident in it. And no matter what the color is, if I tell you that red is going to look fantastic on you, but you do not like the color red, then don't wear it. Don't worry. Don't wear something you would never wear. All right, before getting into color theory and all of those kinds of things, just something very, very practical. Take notice of what color you are wearing when you receive the most compliments. I notice that I receive a ton of compliments when I am wearing the color blue. Okay, I tend to get compliments with that specific color when I'm wearing it. That is a good indicator that that could be one of your power colors, that it can really help bring out your face. It can bring out your eyes, it can make you look younger and more vibrant. So pay attention. Is there a color that you have in your wardrobe that you received a lot of compliments when you wear it? Also, concerning colors, be careful with wearing black and white with certain skin tones. And also be careful with how the colors black and white can play on the lighting, especially if you're using a ring light, and how that translates on the camera. Those two colors sometimes can do funny things to the lighting and can also make you look washed out, and you don't want that on your videos. So an alternative to black would be the color gray or the color navy. Those would be fantastic and a little less harsh on the lighting, and will also not wash you out as much depending on your skin tone. Some really great universally flattering colors for the most part are shades of green, shades of blue, shades of pink, and purple. Those tend to be the most universally flattering colors, and they are just great. And there's so many shades of these colors. Like you can go from a bright pink to a very, very pale pink or blush, and these would look really nice as well. So you have lots of options. All right. I also recommend adding accessories to your look, especially earrings and a necklace. I just love how that really draws the eye to your face, and it draws the attention exactly where you want it, because that's where you want the attention on a video. You want it on your face, and you want it to, you don't want people distracted from what it is that you're sharing. So go ahead, add some earrings, add a necklace, have fun with it. It also makes you look like you put in a lot of effort, and it also can help jazz up outfits. Let's say you want to just wear a simple solid top. You can go ahead and add a pop or a little something with your accessories. So I think that is such a fantastic thing to add on your videos. Okay. My other tip is to wear makeup. And I know you might push back on me, especially you're like, hey, especially we're in quarantine and things like that. You're like, I don't feel like doing my makeup. I'm not telling you to go glam and to put fake eyelashes on and to do the whole thing, the contouring and everything. You go ahead if you want to, and that's your thing. But really, all I am asking, and I think will make a big difference for you, is just adding a little bit color on your cheeks and a little bit of color on your lips. I think that doing that is really going to go a long way. And sometimes on camera, it tends to wash us out. So when we're adding the color to our cheeks and to our lips, it just brightens us up. We look more vibrant, we look more alive. So I'm not saying to do a whole full face or to go full glam, but just adding a little color will help and make you feel more confident on camera. All right, so right now I'm going to open it up for a live Q&A. So if you have a question, please drop it in the comments. No question is off limits. Maybe you have a question about something specific to you, drop them below. I'm going to go ahead and share some questions that have already been asked. I did share a few posts on my Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, and I've gotten a few questions, so I'm going to go ahead and answer those now. And if you have a question, drop it in the comments and I will answer it as well. All right, so our first question is from Tori. She says, do you use a microphone? How do you position it? So Tori, I do not use a microphone for most of my recording. I really do not get crazy technical. I'm either using my MacBook to record or my iPhone. However, if I did start using a microphone, I would try to position it in a way where it wasn't in the screen or right in front of my face and mouth, because I think that can also be distracting. And in my videos, I really love to have that one-on-one connection with people. I really want it to be where we're just girlfriends hanging out in a coffee shop, or I don't know, enjoying a snack together, some guacamole and chips, and we're just hanging out. So I wouldn't want a mic right in front of my face. So if it were me, I would try to position it further out or off the camera. Okay. Next question is from Serenity Wellness Collective. She says, I would love to know if you are best with a plain background behind you or having a feature of some sort. So I would say the plainer the background, the better. Again, I like that the attention is mainly on you and what you are saying and your message. However, if you are creating, I know Serenity is an entrepreneur, and I know specifically that she works with essential oils. For certain things like that, as an entrepreneur, when you have products, I think that sometimes you can bring those things in and feature them, especially if it has to do with what you're talking about. If you're creating a tutorial or if you're featuring or spotlighting an item, I think it would be great to incorporate that into the video. Not in a way that's distracting from you, but a way that does showcase the product. I think that would be great as well. Okay, next up is Lindy. She says, I'd like to know if there are ideal colors to wear on Zoom Are there some you should stay away from? And then I received another question that is very similar from my friend Tony here. Both of these ladies, I just love them. I love all the ladies who participated. She says, how do I know which colors look best on me in photos? So fantastic. I'm going to kind of answer both of these in like one swoop, okay? So how to know what looks best on you in photos is to test. To test. I would do the selfie mode on my phone. I would take a few pictures of myself in good light, and I would try on multiple colors on my body. So maybe I would pick a red, I would pick a blue, I would pick a black, I would pick all these different colors, take some photos of myself and see which one I'm drawn to. If that sounds like too much work to you, I would also consider what are the colors that when I wear them, I receive a ton of compliments. Those are most likely your power colors. And you know what? We tend to gravitate to our power colors almost subconsciously. Because of the way that it makes us look, we just naturally end up loving that color and wearing it. So I think that, again, going into now Lindy's question and still Tony's, she goes, what are the ideal colors to wear on Zoom? So the universally flattering colors are shades of green, blue, pink, and purple. So there's lots of different options in there. I would go ahead and test them out again, like I was saying, on camera to make sure it reads well, it doesn't wash you out, the color doesn't get distorted at all in the camera. But if you're sticking with those shades are always going to translate very well and work with most skin tones. And Lindy also asks, are there some you should stay away from? So again, I would suggest, depending on your skin tone, being careful with white and black, just because again, with some skin tones, it can really look draining on the person. And also, depending on the lighting, it could kind of distort the lighting, make it really super bright, or just not have a very appealing look. So be careful with those two colors. A suggestion for not wearing black would be gray is fantastic. Brown is even better than black, and navy. Also for white, I would say going with a cream or like a pale blush color would be even better. And as far as staying away from on Zoom specifically, I would pay more attention to the pattern rather than the colors. Like if you're following these suggestions, the patterns really are what's distracting when you're in those little boxes, and also sometimes can be distorted and almost look like the fabric is moving. It's very distracting. So be careful with pinstripe patterns, especially in high contrast like black and white. Houndstooth does this, and so does polka dots. So just go ahead and test those patterns out. So I know that's not a color thing, but I definitely know that some of the patterns you should totally avoid because it is just so distracting on camera. All right, my friends, so it doesn't look like there are any questions coming in live. But if you would like to ask me a question directly and you would love to chat with me on Zoom, on the phone, we can go ahead and do a personal styling strategy session. And if you're local, we could even maybe meet for outdoor coffee. I don't know. I don't think the indoor places are doing that. I don't know, but we can meet. And basically, you can go ahead and ask me questions, and we can really focus on your wardrobe goals and needs. And you will be able to leave these sessions with tips and tricks completely catered to you that you can implement right away. So if that sounds interesting to you, drop me a line in the comments, send me a DM or a private message, and I will go ahead and send over the link. It is completely free. Okay, free. Free. It's complimentary, and I think it would be lots of fun. So if you are interested in this service, please let me know. Other than that, guys, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining me live tonight. I hope you found this content helpful, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye, guys.